Live? It's live. Okay. Let's stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
I apologize for being a little bit late. We had a few personnel issues that we had to further discuss in the back, so my apologies for coming out late. And meeting, we just had to get some things done here over the summer so people could get started. So that's why we added the meeting, and from there, let's go. Board President should advise members of the audience that they may address the board regarding agenda items after the superintendent's report. Only those members whose names and addresses are listed on the sign-in sheet available prior to the start of the meeting will be recognized during new business. The chairperson will limit discussions of any item by the public to 3 minutes in order for the board to expeditiously conduct its business. Mr. Dolan.
I think just two brief items. One very personal and important, and the other one, I'd like to say that this meeting wasn't scheduled, but the summer work across the board in the district is under schedule, and there's a lot of stuff we're in the process of replacing, hiring, and so I think the best thing to say is the summer is proceeding along smoothly, and we expect to have a lot of information in our August meeting. But at this time, I'd like everyone to please just kind of take a moment. We lost a member of the family early in July. Science director, Frank. Frank was a wonderful, wonderful, caring man. I had the opportunity to be his principal in Smithtown, and I can say this, East Islip never got a chance to really get to know Frank, because unfortunately, battled with cancer, and he bravely, and he gave his heart and soul to this place while in that terrible disease. He leaves behind a wife and 2 beautiful children. So I'd like at this point if we could just bow our heads and have a moment of silence in memory of Frank. Say this, as I said, I was fortunate enough to work with Frank for 8 years. And I do know one thing. And he was always pushing onward and up. His favorite projects when he was a physics teacher was shooting off rockets. And I, speaking to his widow at the wake, I'd spoken to her the day before, and she pulled out a picture of Frank actually shooting the rockets. And, Frank's up there watching over us, and I think that this time he was brief. I think we're better for having had Frank for that brief period of time. So I'll turn the meeting back over to Mr. President.
Thank you, John. Okay, public comments and agenda items only. Resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education approves the resignations, terminations, leaves of absence, position abolitions, employment appointments, tenure appointments, and salary changes in accordance with applicable provisions of education law and civil service law, as cited in the certified personnel attachments. Can I get a motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education approves the resignations, terminations, leaves of absence, position abolitions, employment appointments, tenure appointments, and salary changes in accordance with applicable provisions of education law and civil service law as cited in the non-certified personnel attachments. Can I get a motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion.
Aye.
Consent agenda items 9.1 through 9.14. Does anybody want anything removed from the? So be it resolved that the Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, recommends the Board of Education approves the consent agenda items 9.1 through 9.14 in accordance with the action presented for each item. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And as part of the consent agenda is the field trip to Florence, Rome, and Sorrento next year, which I'm sure will be very popular. So it's great to see the kids doing these great things again. It stays that way and things go well. So it's a great thing. Also, the RCK Playground is set for a makeover as approved by the public in May. So we were promised that it looks like it will be in for September and when the kids return. But, you know, there is, Anthony's back there saying, oh, no. What are they saying?
Anthony guaranteed it, I heard him.
Anthony guaranteed it if he's got an asphalt in himself. So we were promised.
I'll meet you up back.
It'll be
Meet you up
done.
back
Hopefully
tomorrow.
It'll at least mostly be done. So when the kids come back in September, that would be very nice, but obviously in today's world and the issues going on, there are shortages and issues. So I'm sure, we expect some of that, but hopefully our vendors and everybody can come through and get that playground done for the kids by opening day.
It will be done.
I hope so.
Joe Namath.
I know everybody will do everything they can.
Joe Namath.
Everybody who works here will do everything they can to make sure that that happens. All right, old business. Any old business? Here, no more? No more old business?
Taking over for him, I told you, but I don't have anything today.
You got nothing today? Okay.
Fine.
New business. Yeah, everybody's happy, graduation, everything went great. Not much going on in the summer here, so no new business. Public comments, Ms. Mann. Good evening.
Everybody, I figured I'd take advantage of a summer meeting just to visit a topic that has been a conversation on the parent boards lately, and may be an opportunity to revisit or plan some things for the upcoming school year. Perhaps some things have changed since we were in school. I don't remember much from elementary school, but I do remember several of the 10 field trips we took in 4th grade, including the Fire Island Lighthouse, Connecticut State Park, and the Whaling Museum at Cold Spring Harbor. I remember going to Boston in 5th grade, Washington, D.C. in 6th. I remember the sights and the history that came alive. I remember going to the top of the Washington Monument. Down or eliminated culturally enriching trips, not just locally, but across the country. There has also been a shift noted from thinking of these experiences as enrichment to rewards, so that trips that do exist are just for an elite few or a certain club. I see that the advanced Italian students will get to go to Italy next year, and the French students go to France. That's amazing, but maybe this is an opportunity for East Islip to not just be a follower, but a leader. Maybe this is an opportunity for us to recognize that all students deserve to have meaningful and diverse educational experiences, visual and emotional memories that strengthen a lesson plan, bring together new or unlikely friends, and learning opportunities that just don't exist outside of a school trip. A 2011 large-scale randomized trial that I can send to you separately showed a significant benefit in just a 1-hour experience at an art museum. Not just from history learned and retained, but even critical thinking skills that were positively impacted. We have to find a way to incorporate more enriching experiences and trips for our children. There is tremendous benefit to having equitable access to these activities. I ask that we revisit policy, obstacles, and opportunities to include more field trips, not just as an extra part, but as an integral part of our children's educational experience.
So 100%. And I remember that Washington DC trip. That was one of the best things growing up. And just thinking about that now, I was in school in this building, actually, in 7th grade when that happened. I can tell you, I mean, in our 8 years, we've never turned down anybody for a field trip as far as, so I don't know what we could do to encourage it more, especially now coming out of COVID and trying to get back into the flow. As I mean, each month we seem to be approving 1 or 2 each time, whether it's, a lot of our academic teams do, the mock trial team does trips, but what can we do? Do you know?
Well,
John?
what I think Ms. Thorpe's saying is that that's all well and good, but can we, I might be wrong, but can we get some sort of more of a class, a larger group, a more inclusive group of students? Like we got, can we do this? What I don't know. Like we are improving them, let's push this a little bit. Let's be a little bit better.
You're relentless tonight. He really is. It started, we would have been out here at 6:45 if he didn't.
Yeah, that's why we're late tonight, just so you know.
It's interesting.
Tonight, they were fighting.
No, there were a couple of, we made up though, didn't we? No, I don't ever remember anybody across the board banning field trips. What started to creep in was security concerns. People were very worried. Also, kids today, I mean, they run from pillar to post after school. They have all these activities. There's so much going on that you try to plan something, but they have, and I'm not even going to name them because they're all good, healthy things. Now, I was remiss. We did a moment of silence for Frank Piliteri, and as I said, Frank was a wonderful man, and he loved rockets, and so the idea of trying to go onward and upward. We appointed Mr. Mike Hansen, who was an AP at the high school, but a longtime science teacher in the Connecticut School District, as our new science and math director. And Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't I mention what's the area in town, what's the one area I can go where nobody talks to me, nobody gives me a resume, nobody asks me a question? Where is it? Do you remember?
Arboretum.
Yeah, I mean, Mike is going to be involved with this group called Save the Bay, Great South Bay. We're right on there, and we've got tributaries. That's correct, right? The rivers go in. Okay, good. Yeah, social studies guy, but I paid attention in science class. And some really nice local things. That arboretum is a gem, and I could see where wouldn't it be nice if you visited the arboretum in the K2 and then once in the 3-5 and once at the middle school. It would not be frightfully expensive because the bus is right there. Can we get our students involved? And if it's not Save the Bay, can the district adopt a worthwhile cause? I mean, I keep hearing about the sharks off Long Island, but it is their water, and it seems like the water's cleaner, and it seems like we're getting healthier. There was a great editorial in Newsday right around July 4th. 1950, they said, our beaches are being ruined, the water will never be clean because of sewage. There are, so one of the things that Mr. Hansen was excited about is there are some places that are very local, very inexpensive, and again, we can start to put our toe back into the water. I remember we wanted to go to Europe a few years ago and we stopped because there was some catastrophe. I don't remember what it was. So, let's see if we can build some momentum, because I don't remember anybody across the board decreeing that we weren't going to do field trips anymore.
No,
So.
I think it's just been a slow decline from what it seems.
These things we
And-
talk, I'm sorry.
No.
We talk about this every year and we never get going. So can somebody get it going?
Well, part of the problem, you guys remember, a couple months ago, we were still talking about your favorite topic, masks and Omicron, and where can you go?
Topic, actually.
What?
My least favorite topic.
No, you love that one. That's what we bonded. We
I'm
really
just saying,
bonded.
why can't we just get an initiative to get at least one nice, big, inclusive trip? And I'd like maybe second grade, and then fifth grade, and then eighth grade, you know, at the end of those, buildings, and let the kids go off and do something.
And it doesn't need to be Europe, you know? It's like
Museum of
you said,
Natural
the
History.
Harbor- Yeah.
I
Planetarium.
always
On Long
bring up,
Island, there's so many.
Well, again, I mean, guys, I would start with the Arboretum, because there's a whole educational arm to the Arboretum. Keep Islip Clean, you know, the Save the Bay organization.
you went right to keep Islip clean. It's always about garbage with you. Oh, it's always about garbage. Oh, my God. Get a pick stick. Oh, my God.
You know, pretty soon you and I can drive the bus, we can go wherever we want.
I'll be the driver. No, I want to be, what's that, the steward? The person who sits behind the driver and helps out.
Anyways, Janine, thank you very much for bringing that up and putting that on the front burner. Because now's a good time to do it for the year. Maybe Mr. Hanson, in your new position here, can help us organize some of that stuff. Congratulations, Mr. Hanson. And we look forward to you organizing those field trips.
No, Mike, let's see, I mean, honestly, if they're down at the Arboretum, and we know there's a good lady over there, Mrs. Kennedy, who runs the educational portion of the program, and she wants more people to go there. So I think that's,
Well, I was just gonna, when you mentioned Save the Bay, that what they have, the meeting they're having next month is, it's called Creeks to Classroom. So it's basically, it's an initiative between Save the Bay and educational organizations on Long Island to try to get kids involved and to bring the two together and to create those opportunities.
Good stuff.
The buses don't cost a lot.
Regardless, if it's a great idea and we have enough kids and staff members that want to do it, I don't think we'll have any issue with the cost of the buses.
Come on. You got a lot of old business.
I'm going to guess that there's nobody else on that list, Ms. Mann, because there's nobody else in the audience other than our employees. Although our employees, anybody want to speak? No? Okay. Everybody at home, thank you for watching, both of you. Next Board of Education regular business meeting will be held on Wednesday, August 24th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Everybody have a great summer. Enjoy, stay safe. Motion to adjourn? Motion. All in
Very well
favor?
done, Mr. Rowland. Very well
Good night.